When it comes to unlocking a man's desire, most people make the mistake of thinking it's all about the act itself. The kiss, the touch, the intimacy. But what really drives a man wild, what really gets inside his head and keeps him thinking about you long after you've walked away, is anticipation. Think about it. When you go to the movies, isn't the trailer sometimes more exciting than the film? It's because the trailer teases you. It gives you just enough to spark your imagination, but not so much that you feel you've already seen everything. Desire works the same way. If you give away everything too quickly, you rob the moment of its magic. But when you pace it, when you hold back just a little, you create a delicious tension that makes him crave more. Anticipation is what separates a kiss that feels ordinary from one that feels unforgettable. Imagine leaning in slowly, brushing past his ear as though you're going to whisper something, and then pulling back with a mischievous smile. You haven't even kissed him yet, but in that tiny pause, you've already lit a fire. That moment of almost is sometimes even more powerful than the kiss itself because it engages his mind as much as his body. He's wondering when it will happen. He's imagining how it will feel. And that mental build-up intensifies the experience when you finally let it happen. So much of attraction is psychological. We often think desire lives in the body, but really, it begins in the mind. A kiss on its own can be physical, yes, but what makes it magnetic is the story you tell around it, the way you make him wait, the way you let your eyes linger on his lips for just a second too long, the way your hand rests on his chest as if you're debating whether or not to close the gap. These little cues send his imagination racing. That's anticipation. That's how you unlock his desire without even touching him. The truth is, people crave what they can't immediately have. If he knows exactly what's coming, if he can predict your every move, then he doesn't have to invest much thought or emotion into the moment. But when you add uncertainty, when you build suspense, you force him to be present. Suddenly, his focus is on you. He's not thinking about work, his phone, or what he's doing tomorrow. His entire attention is consumed by this electric sense of what's about to happen. And that is where real connection begins. Think of anticipation as seasoning. If you cook a meal without spices, it might still be edible, but it won't be memorable. A kiss without anticipation is like bland food. It does the job, but leaves no lasting impression. Add anticipation, though, and suddenly you've created a dish he'll want to taste again and again. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It's the subtle pauses, the playful delays, the little ways you stretch out the moment that transform a simple kiss into something intoxicating. And here's the beautiful part. Anticipation doesn't just intensify the kiss, it deepens the emotional impact. When you make him wait, you're showing that you're not in a rush, that you're savoring the moment, that you're intentional. That makes him feel like this isn't just a physical act. It's something meaningful. It's not just about desire, it's about connection. So when you think about the best places to kiss a guy, remember that the location matters, but the timing matters even more. The difference between a kiss he forgets in a week and one he remembers years from now isn't always the spot you chose, it's the build-up. It's how you made him feel before your lips even touched his skin. That's the art of anticipation, and once you master it, you won't just unlock his desire, you'll hold it in the palm of your hand. When people think about kissing a man in a way that unlocks his desire, their mind usually jumps straight to the obvious, the lips, the neck, the places that scream passion. But one of the most powerful and often underestimated areas you can kiss is far more subtle: his forehead and his cheeks. These are what I like to call the gentle touch zones. They don't shout passion at first glance, but they whisper something deeper. They tell him you see him not just as a man you're attracted to, but as someone you want to nurture, to connect with, to get close to in a way that goes beyond just the physical. Think about it. When was the last time he got a kiss on the forehead? It's not the kind of kiss people hand out casually. It's rare, it's meaningful, and because of that, it creates a powerful emotional charge. When you lean in and softly place a kiss there, you're sending a message. I care about you, I'm safe with you, and I want you to feel safe with me. That simple act can melt the toughest exterior because it hits something deeper than physical desire. It touches his need for intimacy and closeness. And here's the secret: when a man feels emotionally connected, his desire for you becomes 10 times stronger. The cheeks work in a similar way. A kiss there feels playful, tender, and light. It doesn't feel rushed, it doesn't demand intensity, but it leaves him with a sense of warmth that lingers. Imagine you're mid-conversation, laughing together, and instead of leaning in for his lips, you gently kiss his cheek. That unexpected sweetness catches him off guard in the best way. He doesn't see it coming, and because of that, it sticks in his memory. It tells him that affection with you isn't always predictable. It's layered, it's thoughtful, and that unpredictability makes him crave more. What's so beautiful about kissing the forehead or cheeks is that it builds a different kind of anticipation. While the lips or neck set fire to physical passion, these gentle zones create an emotional craving. It's like you're giving him a taste of intimacy without rushing to the main course. It's the equivalent of saying, I can give you passion, but I can also give you tenderness, and that balance is irresistible. Men don't always admit it, but they long for that feeling of being cared for, of being seen beyond just their strength or confidence. A soft kiss on the forehead, especially after a long day, communicates that in a way words often can't. There's also something powerful about contrast. If every kiss is fiery, the intensity starts to lose its spark over time. But when you mix in gentle, tender moments, those soft, barely there kisses on his cheek or forehead, you create depth, you keep the dynamic fresh. You're showing him that desire doesn't have to be loud to be strong. Sometimes it's the quiet gestures that leave the deepest imprint. And let's not forget, these spots are also intimate in their own right. When you're close enough to kiss his forehead, it means you're close enough to look into his eyes, to breathe him in, to let silence feel comfortable between you. That closeness builds trust, and trust combined with affection is the very foundation of lasting desire. You're not just sharing a kiss, you're sharing vulnerability, and that vulnerability makes everything else, every kiss on the lips, every moment of passion, feel richer. So yes, lips might steal the spotlight and the neck might ignite flames, but never underestimate the quiet power of the gentle touch zones. They're where you plant the seeds of intimacy, where you make him feel cared for, and where you create a desire that isn't just about the moment, but about the bond you're building together. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about unlocking his desire for tonight, it's about keeping that desire alive for tomorrow and the day after, and every day he finds himself remembering that simple, tender kiss you placed on his forehead. If the gentle touch zones stir his heart and make him feel safe, then the spark zone is where things shift into passion. The neck and collarbone are incredibly powerful places to kiss a man because they awaken something primal in him. These areas are sensitive, they're vulnerable, and they're often overlooked, which makes the impact even stronger when you give them attention. A kiss on the neck isn't just physical, it's an invitation to lose control for a moment, and that's why it has the power to ignite his desire almost instantly. Think about the neck for a second. It's one of the most exposed and delicate areas of the body. When you lean in and kiss him there, you're close enough for him to feel your breath, your lips, maybe even the trace of a smile against his skin. That closeness sense shivers down his spine because it bypasses logic and taps straight into instinct. It's not something he thinks about, it's something he feels. And that's where desire truly lives, not in the mind, but in those instinctive reactions that make his body crave you before he even realizes it. What makes the neck so powerful is that it creates a sense of surrender. When he tilts his head slightly and allows you to kiss that spot, he's letting himself be vulnerable. He's trusting you with a sensitive part of him. And the moment you press your lips there, softly at first, maybe lingering, maybe teasing with just the lightest brush, you're giving him a sensation that feels both thrilling and comforting. It's intimate, but it's also passionate, and that combination is what makes it unforgettable. Now let's not forget the collarbone. It's often left out of the conversation, but it shouldn't be. The collarbone is one of those places that's usually hidden, and when you kiss it, it feels like a secret. It's not as obvious as the lips or neck, but it carries its own electricity. A kiss there feels like exploration, like you're discovering a part of him that others might overlook. That kind of attention makes him feel desired in a way that's deeply personal. It's not about showing off passion, it's about creating it in a quiet, focused way that makes him want more. The beauty of kissing the neck and collarbone lies in how versatile it can be. It doesn't always have to be intense. Sometimes the softest, most lingering kiss can have more impact than anything dramatic. Other times, a playful nibble or a trail of kisses can send a jolt of excitement through him. The key is not to rush it. When you explore this area with patience, you heighten the anticipation he feels for whatever comes next. It's not just about the kiss in the moment. It's about the build-up, the layering of desire until it becomes almost irresistible. What's powerful about the spark zone is that it bridges the gap between tenderness and passion. A kiss on the forehead says, "I care." A kiss on the lips says, "I want you." But a kiss on the neck or collarbone says, "I want you, and I can't help myself." It carries the element of hunger, the kind that pulls you closer without either of you saying a word. That unspoken communication is intoxicating because it makes him feel both wanted and needed at the same time. And here's the thing. Once you've kissed him there, it leaves an impression. Long after you've walked away, he'll remember the warmth of your lips on his skin, the way it made his chest tighten, the way it pulled him into the moment completely. It's the kind of memory that replays in his mind when he's alone, the kind that makes him look forward to being near you again. That's the spark you're planting, one that doesn't fade easily. So while the gentle zones build trust and connection, the spark zone fans the flames. It's the moment where intimacy tips into passion, where safety turns into thrill. When you lean into his neck or trace along his collarbone, you're not just kissing him. You're creating an experience that feels raw, electric, happy, unforgettable. And that's how you unlock not just his desire in the moment, but his longing for every kiss that follows. If the neck and collarbone are where you ignite his passion, then the ears are where you make it impossible for him to resist you. This is what I call the playful zone, because kissing a man near his ears, and even more, whispering into them, is not just about the physical sensation, it's about the way it teases his imagination. The ears are incredibly sensitive, and when your lips get close, when your breath brushes against his skin, it sends a rush of electricity straight through him. But what makes this spot so powerful is that it combines physical touch with psychological seduction. You're not just giving him a feeling, you're planting thoughts in his head that he can't shake off. A kiss on the ear is rarely expected. It's surprising, and that's part of what makes it so effective. When you lean in during a quiet moment and gently kiss just below his earlobe, it instantly breaks the rhythm of whatever is happening. Maybe you're sitting together, maybe you're hugging, maybe you're in the middle of a playful conversation. Whatever it is, that one small kiss shifts the entire energy. Suddenly, he's not just present with you, he's pulled into a more intimate space where his focus is only on you. It's a reminder that you're not just a friend, not just someone he enjoys being around, but someone who has the power to stir him in ways no one else does. The beauty of kissing or whispering near his ear is how layered it can be. Sometimes it's the softness of your lips that makes him shiver. Other times it's the warmth of your breath or even the pause just before you kiss. That builds anticipation. And if you add a playful whisper, something sweet, something teasing, or even just his name spoken softly, you've combined two of the most powerful triggers of desire, touch, and words. Men are incredibly responsive to what they hear when it comes from someone they're attracted to. Your voice in that moment becomes more than sound. It becomes an invitation, a promise, a spark that lingers long after. But what makes the ears such a magnetic zone is also the way they balance playfulness and intimacy. A kiss on the forehead is nurturing, a kiss on the neck is passionate, but a kiss near the ears is mischievous. It carries the energy of fun, of teasing, of I know exactly what I'm doing to you right now. That playful edge is addictive because it doesn't just show him desire, it shows him confidence. It shows him that you're comfortable enough to take the lead, to flirt, to make him feel wanted in a way that's not heavy but light and exciting. That confidence is irresistible because it makes him feel chosen. And here's where the real magic lies, the imagination. When you kiss or whisper into his ear, you're not only giving him a moment to feel, you're giving him a story to replay in his mind. Desire doesn't live only in the body. It thrives in the memory of what happened and the anticipation of it happening again. That's why so many people can't forget the moment someone leaned in close, brushed against their ear, and said something in a voice so soft it felt like a secret meant only for them. It's not just physical, it's psychological. It's the thought that lingers, that drives him to want more. The ears are also unique because they connect passion to communication. When you whisper something to him there, it feels like the most private form of intimacy. Even if you don't say anything daring, even if it's just a soft, I love being here with you, the fact that it's delivered in that intimate space makes it hit harder. It bypasses his logic and lands straight in his emotions. Combine that with a kiss, and suddenly you've created a cocktail of sensation and meaning that's impossible to ignore. So, if the gentle zones soften his heart and the spark zone sets his body alight, the playful zone captures his imagination. A kiss on the ear or a whisper in that space doesn't just turn him on, it makes him feel like you're in on a secret together, like the rest of the world doesn't exist. And that's the kind of intimacy that doesn't just unlock his desire in the moment, but keeps him hooked on the thought of you long after the night is over. The lips will always be the ultimate place to kiss a man because they carry a weight that no other part of the body can. They are the centerpiece of intimacy, the place where connection, passion, and emotion all collide. A kiss on the lips is more than just physical contact, it's communication without words. It tells him everything you feel, from the tenderness of affection to the fire of raw desire. And while you can stir his imagination with whispers or light him up with a kiss on the neck, it's the lips that tie it all together and make the experience unforgettable. What makes the lips so powerful is their versatility. They can be soft, playful, teasing, or deep and consuming. A gentle kiss, barely there, can say, I adore you, in a way that lingers sweetly in his memory. But when you lean in with more intensity, when you let the kiss deepen, it transforms into something primal, something that makes him feel like the rest of the world has fallen away. The range of emotion that a kiss on the lips can carry is what makes it so addictive. He doesn't just feel your lips, he feels the story you're telling through them. Think about that first kiss with someone you're truly drawn to. The electricity, the nerves, the way time slows down, it's not because of the mechanics of it, it's because of what it represents. It's a door opening. It's the moment that takes you from curiosity to connection, from wondering to knowing. And no matter how many times you kiss after that, the lips never lose their magic. Each kiss has the potential to create a memory, to spark a deeper feeling, to leave him wanting more of you. Another reason the lips are so powerful is because they mirror his energy. When you kiss him, you're not just giving, you're responding, you're creating a rhythm together. Sometimes you'll lead, sometimes you'll follow, but the beauty is in the way you sync with him. That harmony builds intimacy on a level that nothing else can. It's why even couples who've been together for years can still feel butterflies from a kiss. It's not just about passion, it's about reconnecting, about saying, I see you, I feel you, I choose you, in the simplest but most profound way. And let's not ignore the psychological pull of the lips. They're the most obvious place to kiss, which means they carry the highest anticipation. Every other kiss you've given him, the forehead, the cheeks, the neck, the ear, has been building up to this. By the time your lips finally meet, the suspense you've created makes it explosive. That's why sometimes the slow build-up makes the kiss itself feel even more powerful. You've teased his senses, sparked his imagination, and then finally given him the release he's been waiting for. That moment, that first press of lips against lips, carries all the electricity you've been layering into it. But what makes kissing the lips truly unforgettable is how personal it is. Anyone can hug him, anyone can brush against his arm, but not everyone gets to share a kiss. The lips are reserved for intimacy. They're a line you cross only when the attraction, the trust, and the chemistry are real. That exclusivity makes the act powerful. It tells him he's chosen, that he matters, that there's something between you worth exploring. And that feeling of being special, of being the one you lean in for, is what makes the kiss more than just physical. The lips are the anchor of desire. They're where the playfulness of the ears, the spark of the neck, and the tenderness of the forehead all come together in one concentrated act. It's why a kiss can silence an argument, why it can make someone forget the world, why it can feel like the most natural and yet the most exhilarating thing in the world. When you kiss him on the lips, you're not just unlocking his desire, you're reminding him of the connection you share and the possibility of everything that comes next. What truly makes kissing unforgettable isn't just the spot you choose, it's how you keep it alive through variety and timing. Desire has a rhythm, and if every kiss feels the same, it quickly loses its edge. The secret ingredient to keeping his desire not just unlocked, but constantly awakened is in changing things up, knowing when to hold back, when to surprise him, and when to let the moment sweep you both away. Variety makes kissing an experience instead of a habit, and timing makes it unforgettable. Imagine if every kiss was the same soft peck on the lips, sweet at first but predictable over time. Now think of the difference when one moment you give him a light brush on the cheek, another you lean into his neck unexpectedly, another time you whisper something in his ear before pulling back with a playful grin. And then later you finally kiss him deeply on the lips. Each variation carries its own flavor, its own message, and together they weave a dynamic that keeps him hooked. He never quite knows what to expect, and that unpredictability keeps his mind and body engaged with you. Timing is just as important as variety. A kiss delivered in the middle of silence carries a completely different weight than one stolen during laughter. A slow kiss after you've made him wait builds a sense of tension that explodes in passion, while a quick, playful kiss in public reminds him you're thinking of him even when the world is watching. It's not just about where you kiss him, but when. The right kiss at the right moment can stay with him for days. There's also something magnetic about pulling back when he expects more. It sounds counterintuitive, but that tiny interruption, that pause before giving him what he wants, makes him crave you even more. You lean in close, your lips barely grazing his, and then you stop, smiling, looking at him like you know exactly what you're doing. That control, that awareness of timing, is what takes a kiss from ordinary to unforgettable. Because it's not just about satisfying desire, it's about keeping it alive. The most powerful kisses are the ones that feel like a surprise gift. They don't come on schedule. They don't always happen when he expects them, and that spontaneity makes each one feel like a discovery. It could be a forehead kiss when he's stressed, a playful ear kiss when he's distracted, or a slow kiss on the lips after you've teased him with everything else. Each variation not only excites him in the moment, but also builds a memory he'll replay again and again. Variety and timing also show that you're fully present. You're not kissing him out of routine. You're kissing him because you feel it, because the moment called for it, because you wanted to create something unforgettable together. That authenticity makes him feel chosen, desired, and deeply connected. And when he feels that, his desire for you doesn't just stay alive, it grows. When you think about unlocking his desire, don't just focus on the best places to kiss, focus on how to use them in ways that never feel stale. A kiss on the lips after building tension through playful whispers. A kiss on the neck when he's not expecting it. A forehead kiss when he's vulnerable. Each one adds a layer. Each one keeps the spark alive. The truth is, desire doesn't live in repetition. It lives in surprise, in attention, in timing. When you master variety and timing, you make kissing an art form. You turn every touch into a story, every kiss into a memory, and every moment into an experience he can't stop thinking about. And that's when you realize that kissing isn't just about passion. It's about creating a bond that feels fresh, alive, and impossible for him to resist.